to my YouTube channel. Today I'm back here with another video, and I'm going to start this video by saying that I am a huge Marvel fan. Like, I think the people I've met most of my life, almost asked them the question, have you ever watched Marvel movies? Because I love talking to people about movies that I have known, like even like the Phantom, about it. But moving on, now I am such a part of a Marvel fandom. Like, I really love it. The thing is that I wasn't like this before. Like, my brother was, so that's how I have been introduced to this. But then quarantine came, and then WandaVision hit, and then after that I have just been the biggest Marvel fan. Honestly, let me tell you that. Like, I think after that I rewatched all the movies which is there in Disney Plus Hotstar, and like, in the order. So that's how I've been. But moving on, a few days ago, like September 3rd, so it was like, really a few days ago, oh my god, okay, I actually went and watched Shang-Chi and the Legend of Ten Rings, and I might tell you it was one of the best movies I have ever seen. Like, might be, if you actually follow me on Instagram, then you might have seen, like, the story that I've kept about it, but I just kept 2-3 scenes, not that much, but it was so cool. Like, I really loved it. Let me tell you a few things. Let me tell you my favorite scenes from it, which I'm not going to tell that many because those are wrong. The first is, it's always going to be in a Marvel fight, like, the war in the end, which is going to be very cool. Like, the fight in the end, which is very fun. So I'm going to tell that one first. Not going to go all details in that because that's going to give away some stuff. And when you get spoilers of a Marvel movie, it's just not that very well, because if I do get it, I'm going to be the saddest person in the world. So the first one is the fight. Second one is the fight in the train, which honestly is also given in the trailer, but the whole fight is a different thing to experience. Like, I'm not saying like, in the theater, but like normally if you just see the whole fight, it's just a whole another level and a whole different thing. The third one is the scene where there's this water coming out. Now I can't tell you how, because that also gives away stuff. Like, that's wrong. So those three scenes are my, I'm just thinking, favorite. Now let me tell you Shang-Chi about whatever things are there that makes my heart, like, completely for like that's like my favorite movie right now. Like, if I want to rewatch it, I will. I just have to wait. But like, the first thing is that it's funny, and it's also emotional. And funny as in Katie, the character, honestly I found her very funny, who is played by Aquafina. She made it super duper funny. The character was so cool. Like, I loved it. And so first of all, it was funny. Second of all, it was a little emotional, like, about family and stuff. Honestly, like, Marvel needs to have emotional movies and just make us cry. Even though this was the first time I did not cry, I honestly was so happy about it because I didn't cry in a Marvel movie. But that's the second one, which is, it's so emotional at the same time. It's all about family and stuff. That brings us to a third one. Like, it's about family, and there is no, like, there is a bad guy, but at the same time there is no, like, bad guy. Like, they do fight and they do it, but the way the VFX is shown, like, Marvel always blows our mind away with all the VFX and stuff like that. They created a whole another world, even though really the characters are walking green screen. Like, honestly, like, if you have seen, like, the behind the scenes of the BTS and then the real, like, thing, like, the resemblance of those are very different. Like, Disney Plus Hotstars, well, Marvel's Assembled, where I think they did for Shang-Chi. I don't know, I haven't seen that one, but they did for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, they did for WandaVision, they did for Loki. They created whole another world, but then as in for fact, they're just cameras hanging. There's just cameras hanging, and there's only green screen, which is just so cool. So the VFX was so cool. I was like, wow, the whole time. And then moving on, that's all I can say. But before I end this video, the main thing I tell you guys is that if you want to go watch a Marvel movie, don't get up your seat right after the movie is ended. Wait, because there are post-credit scenes, and they always are. And those are the things that just makes us impatient for the next movie or the next connection about it. But what I'm trying to say is that while the movie is done, don't wake up. What I'm going to say is that there are 2 post-credit scenes. Can't tell about it because, it's a big spoiler, not gonna lie. But there are 2, and if you're wondering, the theater cooperated and just even gave a little 2 screams here and there, so that was so cool. But this is the thing. The movie is very great. I do recommend you guys to go it, and the ratings that I'm going to give is infinity out of 10, 500, like, you know, how many? If you're thinking about out of 100, well, how much I'm going to give it? Infinity. Out of 5, infinity. Out of 10, infinity. That means a lot of numbers, honestly. That means all the numbers. So, what I'm trying to say is to go watch it. It's one of the coolest movies ever. And yeah, that's all for today's video, guys. See you guys next time. Love you guys so much. Keep supporting. Bye!